Howdy YouTube! How's it going? I am making a second video tonight. Can you believe it? Last video was Weight Loss Wednesday, and I didn't want to talk about non-weight loss things in my Weight Loss Wednesday video, so I figured I would make a second video. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight is the Navy. I made a video yesterday, I believe it was, where I talked about how you could get gay married in the Navy now, because the Navy, came out and said that if you lived in a state where gay marriage was allowed, then you were allowed to get married in the chapel on base, but you didn't have to get married by the chaplain, or the chaplain didn't have to perform the marriage. Now they've retracted that statement, and they're saying, no, you cannot get gay married on base, which is stupid. Lame on you, Navy, for doing that. Why couldn't you just keep it? What harm would it really do? But, they're saying, they have to review and figure out what problems it would cause, or blah, 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 yada, 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 some stupid smack like that. Some teabagger probably said, oh my god, and freaked someone out high up in the ranks, and then they said, oh my god, we have to retract this. Everyone's going to think that the whole Navy's gay. Don't people already think that anyway, the Gavy? Yeah. So, I don't know the outcome of the Kill the Gays bill in Uganda. From what I heard, originally, they said, oh, it didn't make it on the agenda, and then there was an update that said, oh, it is back on the agenda. But I don't know if it has been voted upon yet. But apparently it is on the agenda, so that is very sad. Sugar in His Blood made a comment on that video yesterday, saying how we need to impose sanctions against Uganda and whatnot, but that's not going to happen. I mean, look how many people in this country already hate gay people. We're not going to, perform sanctions on some other country because they hate gay people too. Plus, I think part of that bill was like funded and created by some crazy right-wing nutbaggers here in the United States anyway. Which is sad, very, very sad. Okay, so, question of the day. Watching Glee last night about prom, and I was tweeting with some people, during the Glee episode, and got up on the subject, like, ooh, if I had a time machine, I'd go back in time and take Blaine with me to the prom. So that led me to thinking, and I'm wondering what you guys out there on YouTube would think, if you could go back in time and go back to your prom, but this time take a boy, who would you take? And I'm not talking about like someone now. I'm not like, oh, if I could go back in time, I'd take my husband with me. No. I'm talking about if you could go back in time and take someone from that time that you went to high school with to the prom, who would it be? And they don't have to be gay, because back then, we didn't know who was gay. But there was probably someone in high school that you had a crush on, secretly, that you totally wanted. That's what I want to know. So you can leave it in the comments, but honestly, I'd rather have a video response. Leave me a video response, because I want to hear the story. Like, who is this person in high school that you would have gone to the prom with? That's what I want to hear. So, leave me a video response. That'd be awesome. And last and finally, the topic of this video, or the title of this video, Mr. Bob, Fight Dog, has been, every time I make a comment about Glee, he always leaves a comment of like, oh, you shouldn't watch Glee, you should watch this show, you should watch this show, blah, blah, blah. I don't watch Glee, that show is stupid. So I've come to the conclusion, since he seems to protest Glee so much, I'm thinking he is a closeted Glee watcher. I really do. I've known people like this. They're closeted TV watchers. Back in the day, it was like Dawson's Creek. I had plenty of friends who would watch Dawson's Creek, but they refused to admit it in public, and you weren't allowed to talk to about them. I once made the mistake of, in the gym, I was talking to my friend about Dawson's Creek, and she's like, no, shh, I don't want anybody to know that I watch it. And I think that's what Bob's like. I think when no one's around and everyone thinks he's asleep or something, he turns on his TV and he wraps himself up in his Snuggie, and he just sits there with a glass of wine and he watches Glee. I think so. I think he's a closeted Glee fanatic. And I know he's not going to admit to it, and he's probably going to make some comment on this video of, I don't watch Glee, blah, blah, blah. But I think he does. I think he's a Glee watcher. He's probably obsessed with it. He probably has Glee action figures. He probably owns all the music. Yeah. It's okay, Fight Dog. You can come out of the Glee closet. You can tell your friends here on YouTube Just say, I am Fight Dog, and I watch Glee, and I love it. And we'll be like, awesome, we totally watch Glee too. Okay, that's it. That is the end of this video. Until next time, YouTube, love and bubbles.